All right, we'll give few minutes. Let audience join us.
Sure.
All right, I guess we are up our time.
Yeah.
All right, so before I introduce Sujata, let me introduce myself. So, hi guys, my name is Anuradha. I work in corporate for decade of 16 years now in leadership position. And yes, I'm in my career transition to become a life coach. I'm also an author of 3 books and I'll be launching my 4th book. So, all my books are women centric, and I have my podcast by the name of Charismatic Inspiring Women, and that's the intro about me. And today, yes, I'm super excited for this Insta Live uh, with a very special guest of mine. So, our topic for today is diabetes awareness and management and reversal. Uh, Introducing our guest today. So, she is a diabetes wellness and yet another charismatic woman, a renowned nutritionist, diabetes reversal expert, and a founder of the company Ahar Code. So, Sujata, welcome to this Insta Live.
Thanks, Anu. Thanks for the lovely introduction and inviting me for this Insta Live.
Awesome, Sujata. Super excited to have you here today. And yes, this topic of, reversal of diabetes. I'm curious to know a lot of things and learn from you. So, Sujata, before we get started, uh, if you can just give a small intro as how did you enter this field, and what was your bulb on moment of your life?
Okay, so from childhood itself, I always wanted to become a person who will serve the society for a good cause. And for that reason, like I choose to be a nutritionist so that I can help people to get healthy through natural diet, and there should not be any kind of medications, and they should not go for any kind of medications or anything like that. And for that reason, I choose this path of helping people through natural diets and get them healthy.
Awesome, Sujata. So, Sujata, the very first question that I have for you is, we all know about diabetes, but yes, we would also know a detailed inputs from you and how the diagnosis has been done.
Yeah. So diabetes is its real scientific name is diabetes mellitus, but it is commonly called as diabetes. So it is caused by in absence of this insulin hormone, or sometimes the body produce insulin, but it cannot utilize it efficiently. So in that case, sugar levels are high. Generally, like major two kinds of diabetes is there: type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes. So type 1 diabetes is called as insulin dependent diabetes, and type 2 diabetes is called as insulin resistant diabetes. So today we are talking about type 2 diabetes, which can be reversed. And the second question,
Okay.
about the second question, the about the diagnosis, there is a standard test, gold standard test, HbA1c, which is a
Hmm.
mean plasma of 3 months. through which test we can diagnose like the person is diabetic or pre-diabetic or normal. So this test is a gold standard test in which the HbA1c level should be below 5.7 to be normal. Between two, if it is between 5.7 to 6.2, it is pre-diabetic stage, and if it is above 6.3, then it is called as diabetic stage. And
All
apart
right.
from that, some signs are there like skin tags on neck, armpit, or groin. Then dark neck patches, which is called as acanthosis nigricans. Then excessive like tiredness, fatigue. Then excessive urination. Uh, these and sometimes weight loss, particularly muscle loss, is there in case of diabetic patients. So these are
Hmm.
other signs and symptoms of
Okay. So, Sujata, before we proceed further, Sujata, you're on mute. I can't hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sujata.
Yes, so with these signs and symptoms and the HbA1c test, we can diagnose the diabetes.
All right. Yes, Sujata. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Sujata, for sharing that. I'll just take a moment. Got it. So, Sujata, I just want to take a moment to acknowledge the audience. We have Ritu Manik who has joined us. We have Nitasha and Devjit. So, guys, thank you for joining our Insta Live. All right. So, Sujata, the next question I have for you is uh, what are some common misconceptions about diabetes and how can people cope with it?
Yeah. So misconception, or we can say myths about diabetes. There are many myths. Like first myth is about sugar causes diabetes. So sugar doesn't cause diabetes. Diabetes is caused by consumption of high calorific food. Uh, so sugar is among those high calorie food, you can say. Then second myth is about this this diabetes is hereditary and non-reversible disorder. So those are the myths. First of all, I will debunk this myth that diabetes is not hereditary. It is a lifestyle disorder. And sometimes in case of gestational diabetes, when the diabetes is developed during pregnancy, in that case it is genetic. And the third myth is the diabetes is chronic and lifelong disorder. So it is not chronic. It can be reversed completely. uh, and we cannot the diabetic patient had he or she uh, need not to depend on the medications for diabetes management. And the fourth myth I want to debunk is the diabetic person is obese. So not necessary that diabetic patient should be obese. Sometimes lean person can be diabetic. It is called as lean diabetes. So these are the myths or misconceptions about diabetes.
Thank you for sharing that. So, can you discuss the role of a diet in diabetes management and potential with reversal? And what dietary changes one can do to make sure that it is the most beneficial dietary system they are following.
Yeah, for dietary this diabetes management, I would want to suggest two strategies. First one is about choosing the low glycemic index food. So let me elaborate more about low glycemic index food. So see, glycemic index is nothing but the rate of raising the blood sugar levels after consumption of a particular carbohydrate atom. So diabetic patient should always choose low glycemic index food. For example, he can choose roti over rice. So roti, millet roti, or even the wheat roti has low glycemic index as compared to rice. If you ask me about the rice, so the rice has the glycemic index ranging between 49 to 93 depending on the variety. The glycemic index of the brown rice is 50. So they have to choose it wisely, and there should be always portion control. So complex carbohydrates like millet roti is good as a low to medium glycemic index food item. And along with that, good quality proteins, good fats, and vitamins and minerals, and more fiber should be there in diabetic diet. And then second strategy is about they can follow intermittent fasting protocol, which really helps to regulate the sugar levels, or even to control the sugar levels. But the condition is it should be done with an expert's guidance. I can't hear you, Anu.
Yes. So, Sujata, can we talk about, uh, the exercise and its impacts on the diabetes management, and what type of physical activities one can find which is very helpful?
Yeah, exercise has an positive impact on diabetes, like while managing the diabetes. uh, I would like to suggest like the activity or exercise. Number one is about 45 minutes of walk activity they can do, and but along with the walk activity they can do weight training or strength training to save their muscles or to build their muscles. I will not suggest to join any gym or like that, but they can do simple body weight exercise at home, or even they can use some dumbbells, kettlebells, or resistance band for that, and they can easily do it at home. The second kind of exercise like or activity I want to suggest is the anti-gravity activity. So they can do 10 minutes of staircase climbing, 1 hour 45 minutes after each meal. So it really helps to control, not control, but regulate the sugar levels in the bloodstream. And along with this, the meditation and yoga, it also helps to manage the stress and to have a good sound quality sleep. I can't hear you, Anu.
Am I audible now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So, what should be done in terms of, precautions to be taken to avoid diabetes?
Yeah, it's a good question, Anu. So first of all, like there are we can take precautions through like very first your body weight should be optimum. So the simple formula is the ideal body weight is total number of centimeters your height minus 100. So it is your ideal weight. So your weight should be ideal. Second thing is your BMI, body mass index. So it should be below 25 ideally. Then third one is about HbA1c, as I mentioned in the like while answering the first question. So the HbA1c, which is a gold standard test for diagnosing HbA1c. So it should be done once in 6 months. This is the thing you should do. And then about the diet, like always diet should be a balanced diet, which should include complex carbohydrates, good quality proteins, fats, more fiber, uh, this thing, and stay away from the processed packet, then the high calorie food like fried food and all. So you can have it once in a while but not frequently. And the last one is you should be stay active. You have to do activity or exercise, any kind of activity or exercise you like on regular basis.
Awesome, awesome, Sujata. So, Sujata, with this, the other question that comes to my thought is, what challenges the diabetic patient generally face in their day-to-day lifestyle with regards to, choice of a food they are making? And I feel the person who is a diabetic patient, there's a lot of peer pressure from their family or people they are surrounded with.
Mhm.
So if you could share some light on this, as what kind of food choices one can do to ensure that they stabilize this journey altogether.
Yeah, it's right that the diabetic patients always has a fear in their mind, and always like they feel embarrassing while attending any functions, parties, and all, and always they have a peer pressure of while choosing the food items at in this like situations. So always they should choose complex carbohydrates over simple carbohydrates. So I will elaborate on this. For example, suppose there are options, menu options, like there are rotis, there is rice, then there is dal, then paneer sabzi is there, salad is there. So the diabetic patient can choose roti over rice, and then along with the roti, like he can choose the uh, good portion of proteins, that is dal or the paneer, and minimum 2 cups of the vegetable salad as a like fiber source, and always there should be a portion control, or it should be in moderation.
Got it, Sujata. So, audience, if you have any questions regarding to reversal diabetes or anything which is related to nutritionist, we have an expert over here, Sujata, and we would love to answer your question. If there are any questions, feel free to write it in the chat box. We would definitely love to answer them. So, Sujata, while we are getting the questions in the chat, I have one personal question for you. With all your experiences and efforts you are putting in, and your mission is to, reverse diabetes
Yeah.
altogether. So,
Yeah.
would you like to share some success stories with the audience as how you approach your clients, and if you would like to share something about it?
Yeah, definitely. So till date, like we have a program of SWEELOAG, Sweet Life once again. It is called as. It is a game plan for diabetes reversal, and till date, 1,000+ clients or patients have benefited to get their diabetes or pre-diabetes reversed, because pre-diabetes is also a stage where you have to take an action to get it reversed. Otherwise, it may go to lead to diabetes. So there are many success stories. Among those, there is one proud client. He is from Sangli, Mr. Nandev Patil. So he has he was having diabetic history of 10 years. When we started, his HbA1c level was 10.5, and after reversal, it was like he achieved 5.6 HbA1c. He was taking the metformin and the high cholesterol medication statins, and his doctor stopped his all medications. This is the first story. And the second story, it is about he's an advocate at Lucknow, advocate Suresh Chandra Yadav. He's of 68 years old, and he was having 20 years of diabetic history. When we started, his HbA1c level was 14.8, and now he is at 6.1. He's on remission phase. And along with this, there are many success stories. 2 years old history or 4 years old diabetic history. Those patients have got the results.
Awesome, awesome, Sujata. So, Sujata, there are few questions for you in the chat, and
Mhm.
Learning Fun Zone is asking, does dairies suit diabetes patient? What I mean is, she's asking dairy products.
Okay, yeah. So, dairy products, like diabetic patients can eat curd or buttermilk, but not milk. Okay, because it has some hormonal effects as well. It has lactose sugar in it. When the milk is converted into curd, the lactose is converted into lactic acid. So diabetic patients can eat curd or buttermilk or even other milk products like paneer or cheese or like that, but they should avoid milk.
All right. So the second question is, Sujata, can we have mangoes?
Yeah, diabetic patients can have mangoes. As I currently in last question, I mentioned about glycemic index food. So the mango has high glycemic index. It is sweet, but diabetic patients can eat the mangoes. So there is ideal time to have mangoes. They can eat before 12 p.m. and as a solo meal. So body will utilize that fructose or fruit sugar for energy in morning time.
All right. So I hope Learning Fun Zone that answers your question. Poonam, there is one more question. Sujata, there is one more question to us by Poonam. She's
Yeah.
writing us, give us the tips for breakfast for diabetics as they don't eat early and they feel low in energy.
Yeah. So diabetic patients, like frequently they are hungry. They should have their breakfast but in breakfast, they should choose complex carbohydrates always, or the combination of complex carbohydrates and proteins. For example, they can go for sprouts. Sprouts chart is a good breakfast item. Then moong chilas are there. Even some suppose some non-vegetarian diabetic patient is there, they can go for egg omelette or boiled eggs as well. So they should always even the oats, any recipe of oats like oats upma, oats dosa, they can eat as a breakfast item.
Awesome. I hope, Poonam, that answers your question. Uh, Audience, thank you so much for joining us. I see a lot of people have joined us, and I want to take this moment to acknowledge each one of you to be on live. If there are any more questions, please feel free to write in the chat. Sujata will definitely answer that for you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, Sujata, one question I have in person is that, we hear this from our, since our parents, if mother or father is a diabetic patient, it is likely that, among the children's, one can get uh, that disease, right? So, I
Mhm.
mean, is it a myth or what is it? And, if you could share some light on that.
It is absolutely a myth. Okay, why? Like I answered it earlier as well, that suppose a mother got diagnosed with diabetes during pregnancy, then that diabetes can be developed in her child afterwards. It is like the genetically transferred one. And suppose if the parents are diabetic and normal, then it is not like hereditary. It will not come to their child. The life This diabetes is a purely lifestyle disorder. It happens because of some wrong lifestyle. Wrong
Hmm.
lifestyle means you are not doing any kind of exercise, you are obese, then you are not eating the balanced diet, you are eating something wrong. Those are the reasons because of which there is insulin resistance in the body, and insulin resistance is the root cause of diabetes. And it happens like suppose some person is like diagnosed with diabetes today. So before that, 5 to 8 or 10 years back, there is insulin resistance developing in the body, but we got to know after 5 to 8 years when we do the blood test. It happens.
Thank you, Sujata. So, Sujata, one more question for you is: what are some key warning signs that someone might overlook, indicating their diabetes uh, may be worsening and the patient is not aware about?
Yeah, in diabetic patients, the high sugar levels sometimes cause the diabetic retinopathy, which causes glaucoma, that is blood vision, vision loss. Then
Hmm.
kidney dysfunction, where the creatinine levels are higher than normal. Then this filtration rate of kidney is reduced. Generally, it should be more than 90, but it goes below 60, the filtration rate of kidneys. Then diabetic neuropathy, where the patient lose the sensation of their leg. There is numbness in their legs, and it increases gradually, and like the patient lose the sensation of his toes, then feet, then legs. And sometimes due to high sugar levels, if the wound is not healed, then the patient has to go for amputations as well, to prevent the gangrene spread.
Thank you for sharing that, Sujata.
And
So
this happened, I would like to mention the reason. This is happened because of ignorance. It should not be ignored. It is often overlooked, it is ignored. But the science, when it is at the start stage, they should take the immediate consultation with the diabetologist or their particular doctors.
thank you, Sujata, for that. So Sujata, if you would like to talk more about, uh, your company, which is Ahar Code, and if you would like to
Yes.
give some insights about it, and how do you help women's out there to make sure, uh, they are maintained, and how do you take care of the nutrition part and everything? If you could share some light on it.
Definitely. So Ahar Code is my company. The meaning or the motto of this starting this company is, there is a, like, I teach my clients or patients, or share the secret code of nutrition to get fit and healthy forever. So for that reason, I have given the name of Ahar Code. So because the natural food or diet is the very important thing in overall health. So in this case, many patients, not only diabetes, but I'm handling the weight loss clients as well. Then PCOS, diabetes, the PCOS and thyroid reversal, then high cholesterol, fatty liver reversal cases are there. Then some kind of like this sports nutrition, kids nutrition cases are like I'm handling. And here I in that journey, like when any patient or any client comes to me, approaches me, like I take the thorough history of that client, and a very very personalized and customized diet plan is given to the that client or the patient. And throughout the journey there is support from me and from my team to get the desired results. Whatever is promised to, it will take 3 months, 4 months, or 5 months. And after that, a master class is there to teach the client how to maintain the weight, or how to maintain their good health achieved uh, ahead, lifetime ahead, because it should be like a permanent weight loss or a permanent health improvement. It should not occur again. So there is a master class. And one thing I would like to mention here, that in my like last 10 years of practice, there are the success rate is 98%, that my clients are maintaining their weight or maintaining their health from last like 6 years, 7 years, and 8 years. So there is no yo-yo, or there is no any weight gain again. So it is a lifetime investment, I would say.
Awesome, Sujata. So, Sujata, one more question that comes to my thought is, these days there is a lot of fashion around keto diet, and
Yeah.
many more diets are coming into in picture, and where people are getting fascinated about it. So would you
Mhm.
like to share some light, uh, what kind of diet one should follow to make sure that the person is healthy for a lifetime, and at the same time he or she is able to balance her weight?
Surely. See, the keto diet or any kind of trend is there. It is not sustainable, first of all. It is not sustainable. You cannot follow that protocol for the lifetime, because you are used to have some staple food from your childhood itself. So it is not sustainable. So the actual diet should be a natural diet, and it should be like the you should include the as I said earlier, the complex carbohydrates. For example, millets are there, millet roti is there, or even wheat roti is there. For an Indian, I am saying. So the roti is there, then along with that some sabzi or vegetable, then some salad, some kind of source of protein like dal or paneer sabzi for, or if anybody is non-vegetarian, they can go for non-veg options for proteins. And it should be a like a balanced plate. And always, like, you should not forget the proteins, because proteins are very important for your muscle health. So in each meal you should include your proteins, right from your breakfast to dinner, all the three main meals. It is
Thank you,
sustainable.
Sujata.
Hmm.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, it is sustainable and doable, and like it will give you the desired results as well.
Awesome, awesome, Sujata. So, Sujata, we have few more people who have joined us. So, Akash, Juhi, Poonam, Bright Divine Light, uh, Ahmed, Faiz. Thank you so much, guys, for joining this Insta Live. If you have any questions around diabetes or nutrition for that matter, please help us to write your questions in the chat and we would love to answer that. So, Sujata, while we are getting a question in the chat, what is your go-to mantra for living a healthy lifestyle?
Go to mantra is you should always eat natural food, and the activity part, it should be there along with the diet. ATI to 20 ratio, 80% is diet and 20% is workout. And there should be like, if any aim is there, suppose someone's aim is to lose the weight, or to maintain the weight, or to reverse any health conditions, there is a 3D mantra, I would say. First D is the discipline. The first one is determination. You should be strongly determined to achieve your health goal. Number two is there should be discipline while following a particular diet protocol or workout protocol. And the third one is there should be dedication to achieve the desired result or desired goal. So this 3D mantra is the key to achieve the good health.
Awesome, awesome. Would you like to talk to the audience about our mission, the one which you're working, and would you like to share some light on that?
Sure. So as a diabetic, diabetes reversal expert, I would give some light on the statistics. There are 80 million diabetic patients in India. India is called as diabetic capital of the world, and this number is going to raise to 135 million by 2045. And this is a, like, I would say, diabetes is a slow poison, because as I mentioned earlier, that sometimes high sugar levels may cause the retinopathy, diabetic neuropathy, kidney dysfunction, kidney failure, and sometimes amputation. Sometimes diabetic patients have stroke or heart attack as well. So it is a slow poison. So before the going to that stage, the diabetic patient should take the decision to get it reversed, and it is uh, possible to reverse the diabetes at any stage. No matter it is like 5 years back, 10 years back, 15 years back, or 20 years back history, it can be reversed. So my mission is like to eradicate diabetes from India through a game plan named as SWEELOAG, Sweet Life once again, so that after diabetes reversal, the patient or the diabetic person can live their life diabetes free, and their life will be sweet again.
Lovely, lovely, Sujata. So, Sujata, one of the things I want to know, and I'm curious to know, that
Yeah.
the client base which you have handled is more than 3,000 uh, patients you have treated by now. And
Yes.
you're treating the patients not only from India, but international also. That too in 10 plus country like USA,
Yes.
UK, UAE, Germany, Singapore, Australia, Belgium, Canada, Sweden, and I
Yes.
guess Middle East. So,
Yeah.
you being, when you thought of taking this approach from offline to online, being a
Mhm.
woman, what challenges did you face, and what kind of strategies are you following right now in your business where you're reaching these masses internationally also?
About strategies, like social media is a very good platform to reach the masses. Insta, it may be Insta, Facebook, Facebook page is there, or YouTube is there. I also have my YouTube channel as Nutritionist Sujata Savan. So this social media platform really helps to reach out the masses to reach the clients.
So, any challenges did you face to take this business from, offline to online?
Yeah, so it happened like before pandemic. I was doing 98% offline and 2% was online. But after pandemic, it was proved that we can get the results online as well. And even in case of like Pune clients as well, they don't want to come for the offline appointment. They say that we are comfortable like online. We will do it like, ma'am, take the history session online, because it will take time to come here and go and all. So after pandemic, I started 99% online and 1% offline.
Awesome, awesome. So, were there any fears when you moved to online initially?
Mhm. Yeah, there was fear because when we go online, like the client or the patient, he doesn't know about us personally, and this is very this the health thing, or suppose some person is suffering with any kind of ailment or disease or disorder. Like, there is a trust issue that the person to whom he or she is approaching is the right person who will guide her, who will help him or her to get the disease free, or to get healthy. That was the first doubt come in the client's mind. But like, there are many testimonials and testimonial interviews in English, Marathi, Hindi on my YouTube channel and on my Insta as well. So I share those testimonials to my clients so that they will get the idea how they will get the result, and how the other clients are have already got the results. So when I share those success stories, and when I share those case studies, like the online clients as well, they make the like they get the idea that they are going to get the results 100%.
Thank you, Sujata, for sharing that insights with all of us. So I see there are no more questions in the chat box, and I think, Sujata, having you here today on my Insta Live, it was great to know so many things about diabetes and breaking those myths. So thank you once again for coming on my Insta Live, and wishing you all the very best for your mission to be able to eradicate diabetes from India. So, yes, wishing you lots and lots of success. Not forgetting the beautiful audience here who have joined us. So, thank you to each one of you for being here on this Insta Live and sharing your valuable time with all of us.
Yeah, thanks, Anu.
Thank you. So, Sujata, before we wrap up, any tip for the audience you want to share?
Tip, or like they were like a message or from my side to the client,
Yes,
the
yes,
audience.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So see, my only one message to the audience is right food is the medicine. If someone is suffering with weight gain, or even other medical conditions or ailments like PCOD, thyroid, diabetes, fatty liver, high cholesterol, so don't hurry to go to the doctors. So we can correct, or we can reverse those health conditions with natural food. So just you have to take a right decision at right time to go. Not like, I'm not saying, or I'm not suggesting to come to me, but go to a good dietitian or nutritionist who will really help you to get healthy, or to reverse your ailments with natural food.
Thank you, Sujata. So, thank you once again. It was fun having you here. I'll end this session. Thank you, audience. Thanks to everybody.
Yeah, thanks, Anu, once again.